Hello guys, so today we are going to learn to build a Google site. So the first thing you got to do is go to sites.google.com and you will see something like this, or you may see two links on the left here that says a classic site, something like this, or the new Google Sites, which is what we're going to work on today. Okay, so you're going to want to click on new Google Site. This is the easy drag and drop free version now that Google is switching everything to. So when you're in here, you want to create a new site by clicking on this button. So we're going to do that, and we are going to create a new site. Now, let's just walk through what you see here. So the first thing probably you'll want to do is give your site a title. Okay, so I'm going to put here sample. Okay, and that'll be yeah, of course, this is the title of the page, this first page, the home page, and this is the title of my site right here. And you can see I changed the name up on top. Okay, you can revert changes over here or do them again, things like that. You can see, you can preview what your website is going to be by going there. You can test it on mobile, what it's going to look like on a phone, or a tablet, or on a laptop. Okay, and then we can get out of it right here. So this is back where we were. If you need to copy the link for something yet, well, you can do that here. Of course, we're going to have to publish the website first in order to do that. And over here is if you want to share the website with others. Okay, if you click on this button, you can see analytics, duplicating site, things like that. But one thing that's going to be very helpful for you later on, if you need to, is the help function right here, okay, or the take a tour. On the right side here, we're going to see different things that we can add, okay? We can add some text, and we can have titles, sample here, and then I can start typing down here. Of course, I can change that, okay, to make it a subheading or anything like that. I can change how the text is going to look. I can hyperlink things, or if I don't like what I'm doing, I can simply delete it. Okay. I can insert images. And then if you see here, you can upload something from your computer, or you can select something from online. You can paste an URL here, or you can search. Okay. In the best practices of the website that you found this video on, there's going to be some directions on how to search for images in a way that you're not infringing copyright law. Okay. Of course, you can search from your albums or your Google Drive. You can embed other websites, Google Docs, images, videos in here, okay? You can also bring things in from your drive, okay? There are some layouts here that you can use, okay? So this here, for example, this first layout, you can upload an image, you can put in a YouTube video in here, okay? So if I go to YouTube, and for example, I'm a chemistry teacher, so say I'm going to look for a video on stoichiometry, which is a tough topic for students. Okay, let's say I want to click this video and insert it in there. Okay, and then I can title that stoichiometry, and I can write some information here for my students. Now, as you can see, we can make these things shorter or bigger. Okay, so if I want to make this video a little bit bigger, I can do that. Okay, I can make it smaller. So there's a lot that you can do with this. I can change the color scheme. All right, so you can see that. If I have more than one thing, I can move it up and down. These are the things that I can include, okay? YouTube videos, calendar, maps, and so forth. Going back up here, I can add pages to my website. Okay, so say here, this first page is going to be a lecture over stoichiometry. I can come here and do a second page on practice problems. It takes a minute for the page to be created, but once it does, okay, here it is. I can add a third page and say practice quiz. Okay. Now, as you see, the names of the pages are popping up here on top. Sometimes the names will be too long. Okay. So one thing that typically we want to do is make sure that we have a side menu instead of the top menu like this. It looks better on mobile devices anyways. So we're going to click on this little wheel right here and click side navigation. So if you see, the names disappeared from up here, but I can click over here and I can switch between my pages. Okay. And there is my home page, which is, I'm titling it sample. Okay. Now I can also change the theme of my website. I can keep this theme and simply change the color, as you can see here. I can customize the color that I want. I can change the font, okay? But there are also other styles, okay? So for example, I can keep this like this, and then for this portion, let's say I want to change the color of this. I like it like this. Okay, so I can change the theme over here. A couple of things that you can do is you can add a logo, okay? It makes your website look nice if you have a little logo. You do not have to do that, but that is something that you can do if you want to customize your website a little bit more. And I'll show you a sample of a website that I have built here in just a second so you can see that. And you can also change this image in the back, okay? So that you can have a different image rather than the one that you are given here. So here is a website that I've created for my honors chemistry class. Okay, so I have the introduction. This is going to be a 2-week PBL type project that they're going to work on, trying to figure out if the US should increase the number of nuclear energy plants in order to achieve energy independence. So I have an introduction. You know, you see I'm using images here. I'm citing my images. Um, what I did here on the bottom of each page, I put the link for the next part of the project. So this first one is the introduction. The second one will be the task, which is the next one here. So this tells them what they're doing and so forth. As you're building a page, one best practice is to make sure that you include the links in words. So you're hyperlinking words rather than just pasting a link. It just looks nicer and neater. And as you can see here, the color that I picked for my website was this yellow. And every time I put the mouse over that link, it matches the color. Okay. And as you can see, there's many different kinds of designs as you build your website. So you can see here I created a picture with a title and some bullet points. I'm hyperlinking different things here that they will need to use. They're doing this at their own pace. Okay. I like to use images from Pixabay because a lot of them are in the public domain. I still put the link where I found the picture from, um, and it's good for me to demonstrate to the students good digital citizenship. So as you're building your website, as you're adding images, it's a good idea for you to demonstrate that good digital citizenship. And one way that you can just circumvent any problems is by just going to Pixabay and getting things from public domain. Okay? Um, so this is an example of a website. So for the evaluation, my students are going to have to work on a rubric. So in this case, I just inserted an image of a rubric that I created for them. But one thing that you can do is if I go to this website here, okay, to show you some different examples. So you see how I changed the image here for my heading? Okay, this is a DNA picture that I got from Pixabay, so it's in public domain. Here's a little logo that I own that a student designed for me. So that just makes the website look nice. Okay. And here is an example of something that you can embed. So this is a Google spreadsheet that I created with some sample data, not from real students. These are fictitious names. But you can see that this spreadsheet is embedded straight in the website. This is not a print screen. Okay, so sometimes you can print screen like the evaluation over here, if that works best. I just felt like this worked best in this case. Of course, the resolution isn't perfect. If you embed things, the resolution will be a little bit better. Okay, so these are just some ideas to get you started. And of course, when you are done with building your website, you always want to click publish. Okay, these are some ideas to get you started on building your web page. You can keep going on the website here. So this is where you found the video. At the very bottom, you're going to see some best practices, okay, as well as some troubleshooting hints for you in case you run into any problems.